Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a Japanese concept that might just completely change how you think about your life, your work, and your happiness. It's called Ikigai. So let's start with a little thought experiment. We spend so much of our lives, right, planning for retirement, counting down the days until we can finally stop working. But what if that entire idea is kind of backward? What if the real goal isn't to stop at all, but to have a purpose that's so deep, so meaningful that the idea of retiring from it just doesn't make sense? That's the heart of Ikigai. And get this, in Japan, there isn't really a word that means retire in the Western sense of just stopping for good. Okay, so let's unpack this powerful idea. Our journey is going to start on a small island in southern Japan, a place that holds some incredible secrets to living a long, happy life. Welcome to Okinawa. This island is what's known as a blue zone, which is basically a hotspot where people live exceptionally long lives. And just look at this number. Almost 25 people over the age of 100 for every 100,000 residents. That is way, way above the global average. And one of the biggest reasons for this, besides their diet and community, is their dedication to Ikigai. So what is it exactly? Well, think of Ikigai as your own personal Venn diagram. It's that magical sweet spot where four things overlap: what you love to do, what you're great at, what the world actually needs, and what you can get paid for. For Okinawans, this isn't some abstract philosophy. It's the very thing that fuels them every single day. All right, now let's zoom out a little bit. Okinawa is amazing, but it's not totally alone. It's part of a global family of these blue zones, these incredible communities around the world where people are also living these super long, healthy lives. From the mountains of Sardinia to the coast of Costa Rica, researchers have pinpointed these 5 places. And what's so fascinating is that even though they're scattered all over the globe, they share some really fundamental lifestyle secrets. So what are they? It really boils down these 4 pillars. A healthy diet with lots of vegetables. Natural, gentle movement every day. Strong friendships and community bonds. And, yep, there it is again, a clear purpose in life. It seems to be a formula that works no matter where you are. Let's dig into a couple of specific Okinawan habits. This one's one of my favorites. Hara Hashibu. It's basically a little reminder they say to themselves to stop eating when they feel about 80% full. This simple act of not overeating gives your digestive system a break, which actually helps slow down the aging process on a cellular level. Pretty cool, right? And it's not just what you eat, it's who you're with. In Okinawa, people form something called a moai. You can think of it as a built-in support system, a tight-knit group of friends who are there for each other for life. They provide everything from financial help in a pinch to just simple company. This deep sense of belonging is a powerful weapon against loneliness. Okay, so let's shift our focus a bit. We've talked about the external stuff, like community and diet. But longevity is also deeply connected to what's going on in our internal world, inside our own heads. The old saying is absolutely true. A sound mind in a sound body. Keeping your mind active is a huge part of any anti-aging strategy. When you challenge yourself to learn something new, whether it's a new language or a new skill, you're forcing your brain to create new connections, which keeps it sharp and youthful. And this slide right here perfectly illustrates one of the biggest threats to our health today: modern stress. See, our bodies evolved a fight or flight response for dealing with, like, a tiger jumping out of the bushes. The problem is, our brain now reacts to a work email with that exact same level of panic. The result? A constant low-grade drip of stress hormones like cortisol, which just wears down our cells and makes us age faster. So, how do we get back in control? We can start by just being less sedentary. A sedentary lifestyle is a huge factor in premature aging, and the fixes are simpler than you'd think. It's not about running a marathon tomorrow. It's about small, consistent choices. Take a 20-minute walk, choose the stairs, grab a piece of fruit instead of junk food. It all adds up. This all leads to a really crucial point. Having a why to live for helps you get through almost any how. And this idea isn't just in Japan. Let's connect Ikigai to some amazing psychological ideas from both the West and the East. So in the West, there's something called logotherapy. It was founded by Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the Holocaust. He argued that our main drive in life isn't actually pleasure, it's meaning. Logotherapy is all about helping people find their unique purpose, because that's what gives them the strength to overcome anything.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. While traditional psychoanalysis has you digging into your past to figure out your problems, logotherapy flips the script. It focuses on your future. It's not about what happened to you, it's about what you're going to do with the meaning you found. It's a much more forward-looking, empowering approach. Meanwhile, over in Japan, you find Morita therapy. This approach is different still. It doesn't really focus on analyzing your feelings. Instead, it teaches you to accept them and then take action. You move through these 4 stages and you learn that you build character and find purpose, not by thinking, but by doing.
Okay, so how do we take all this and bring it into our actual everyday lives? Finding your Ikigai is one thing, but living it is another. And the key to that is getting into a state of mind called flow. I know you know this feeling. It's when you're so deep into something, could be playing music or gardening or coding, that the whole world just melts away. Time disappears. It's just you and the task. That state is flow, and it's basically where you feel your Ikigai in action. It's the ultimate human experience. So how do we find it? Well, flow happens in a very specific channel. If a task is too easy, you get bored, right? If it's way too hard, you get anxious. Flow is that perfect sweet spot in the middle, where the task is challenging enough to keep you focused, but it's still within your ability to accomplish.
And here's probably the most critical tip for achieving flow in our modern world. Stop multitasking. I know, we all think we're great at it, but the science is clear. It's a complete myth. Multitasking demolishes your productivity, shoots your stress levels through the roof, and makes it impossible to get into that deep, rewarding state of flow. The path to purpose is paved with single-minded focus. At the end of the day, finding your Ikigai isn't about having a detailed life map with every step planned out. It's about having a compass. It's about knowing your direction, your why, which gives you the drive to navigate the messy, unpredictable journey of life. So, I'll just leave you with this question. Where is your compass pointing?